What is up, parents? Welcome to Teenager Tuesday.
What up?
Teenager Tuesday. Welcome to Teenager. It's like a radio station right there. Hey, my name is Elijah Keck. I'm the student pastor at the McKinney campus. With me today is none other than the pastor, our pastor at the Frisco West campus, Savannah Poe.
Hello. How's it going?
Savannah has been doing podcasts all day, so she is ready for this one.
Yeah, this is number 5.
You're prepared. Ready. This is my first one. But I love this. This is the culture update where two people that are old and ancient like us get to update other old people on what young people are saying doing and all the things. So this should be a quick one today, but we always start with slang of the week. Slang of the week.
That's what you should be.
We should have little buttons that we push for sure. Slang of the week, and I only have 2. So normally I do like 4, but I think these 2, and these are 2 that I have just heard recently.
Okay.
So parents, I want to test you. If you know these, write it down or like just celebrate yourself in your car
if
or wherever
you're
you're
a teen
listening.
in the car listening, don't tell them.
Don't spoil this.
Don't spoil it.
If you're listening,
I'm going to guess. I have no idea what he's about to say right now.
The first one, you probably know this one.
Okay.
Clock that T.
Oh, I do know that one. Okay. Clock that T. I think it's like whenever, I know that little hand motion where you put like your thumb and your pointer finger
we're not on
together.
Screen right now, so you
can't see us, but I'm making I'm tapping my thumb and my pointer finger together. Just do that motion to your teen and see what they do.
Clock that
It's
T.
like if something like spicy happens or sassy, or like if there's like gossip or something, they'll say like, oh, clock that, or they call somebody out. It's like clock that T, right?
Yeah, it's mainly,
along those lines.
It's mainly a call out. Like, if like even as a pastor, if I say something on stage and it applies to somebody,
I've seen
students will be like, okay, I'm clocking that T. Like, I got you. So if you hear students say that, that's what it means.
If they see that motion,
that's right. They're clocking that T. I don't know why it's called that or said like that.
Yeah, I've heard of like clock that.
Like
I clocked that thing that you just did, but clock that T, and because T is a whole other thing.
Drama.
So it's all together.
The drama. Clock
That's
that
so
drama.
Interesting.
Call them out. It's really call them out. Like you just got called out. You just got burned.
Like
that
you
type of
see,
thing.
it's witness, and then the people around are like, oh, clock that T. Yeah.
Clock it. Okay. Next one. This one's interesting. I'd be curious if you know this. Mainly guys would say this. If you have a teenage son, you probably heard this before.
Sure.
They've got ball knowledge.
Oh no.
Or they know ball.
They know ball? Oh, like they're good at a sport or something like that.
No.
They know ball? I don't know. What is that?
So you can use this in any field, but if somebody
I've heard them say that, but
somebody knows a lot about whatever you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
So it's like if somebody is into comic books and they can just quote all these different comic book things, wow, they know ball.
Okay.
They know ball. They got ball knowledge.
I've heard that.
And a lot of guys say this, and it literally could be about anything. I've been talking about the Bible before, and a student go, "Wow, you got ball knowledge." I was like, "What?" But it's something that's said because of basketball, typically. But it's kind of transferred into culture of like it's just a saying.
It just applies.
If you know anything. If you know math and you're in math class, wow, they got ball knowledge. It's crazy.
I'm going to start saying that now. Just about anything.
I'm going to say that today. Ball knowledge and clock that T is kind of where I'm heading. So.
Okay.
All right, let's get into today's topic of the day. Topic of the day is we're going to be talking about concert culture in teenagers. Which to me, I have a lot of hot takes on this probably.
Yeah, we both do, I think.
So I'm kind of curious. What I want to do first is read some of the stats behind this and then just talk about it. I know as parents, you probably feel a lot of tension with concerts and just especially in our area. We always have concerts going on every weekend.
Yes.
Every week there's some type of concert. So you're probably feeling the tension of that. But so here's some of the stats. So according to eMarketer, nearly 3/4, 75% of consumers aged 18 to 29 plan to go to at least one concert during the summer.
Wow.
75% of 18 to 29 goes to one concert in the summer, which is crazy. 72% of Gen Z are planning to go to at least one concert in the next year.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I can see that.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of people going, and especially in this area. Like where I'm from, you're not really going to concerts unless it's like a summer festival or something.
Yeah.
Here, because we have Dallas right there, and Fort Worth and Dos Equis Arena, or whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's Pavilion.
So many places.
Country singers and all these things. And so I'm kind of curious. And then I want to say this real fast. There's one more stat, and then we can kind of talk about it. This one is crazy. So 30% of Gen Z concert goers, so out of Gen Z, 30% of them have spent over $2,100 on concerts in the last 2 years.
Okay.
So that's, 2 years, but still, that is a lot of money. And as a parent, you probably feel a lot of that pressure too of having to pay for these concerts. Yes. And so I want to talk about this as a pastor perspective.
Sure.
Where should a parent sit on some of these things? I know they probably feel that tension with their students wanting to go to concerts. Certain people come into town, they want to go to a concert. What should a kind of, from a Christian standpoint and a parent standpoint, what kind of can be some good things about it, bad things about it from your perspective?
Yeah. We've talked about this before just in conversation, but I feel like every time I go on social media, come Sunday, Monday morning, some teenager that I know has like gone to some kind of concert of some person I don't even know about most of the time. It's like a lot of for our students, it's country singers like you mentioned, sure. Or just like pop culture people. As somebody who loves music and loves going to concerts, it is a tension, but it's so interesting. I feel like it's just ramped up within the last couple of years. I think that's like a post-COVID thing too. We were trapped inside for so long, and now people are going on tours and everything. But I don't, as a teenager, I don't remember going to just concerts on my own or even asking that just wasn't a thing for me. It was like a special occasion. Like I think it was like Hillsong concerts or if it as like a Christmas gift, it was like, oh, I got tickets to like Taylor Swift when I was younger, and that was really special. But it wasn't like every other weekend I was going to something. And
I think it shifted a lot. To be honest, I have never been to a concert that is not a worship concert.
Wow.
So maybe I have the wrong perspective on this, but I have a lot of students who go, and one of the things I've heard, I was talking to a student about this, and we were kind of talking about why they go to certain concerts, and she said, well, if I didn't go, then I would be missing out on my whole friend group.
Right.
Because everyone else is going.
They all go, yes.
And so it's become a cultural norm of like, if you don't go to this, you're lame.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of parents probably feel that pressure too of like, oh, wow, I don't want my daughter to not be the person that doesn't get to go to the concert and dress all, like it's a whole thing.
You dress up and you take photos. It's like it's a whole thing of like, and it is like, almost like a community thing. It's like, you're lame if you don't go, or you're missing out on now. And I think social media really plays a big part into that, because then they post all these pictures, and so there is like that pressure of like, I have to look cool, I have to post, I have to be in these photos, I have to look a certain way too, which is so interesting.
And I think as a parent, your perspective, this is maybe a perspective shift. I don't want you to think concerts are bad. Concerts are not bad by themselves. I think intention. And I think asking those questions to your students, why do you want to go to this concert?
Right.
Why do you want to do this thing? If it's somebody you really want to go watch, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But if it is because if I don't go, then I'm going to, I'm not a part of the group. Well, that's probably not a good reason to actually go to something. And that's a lot of social pressure that your student is kind of getting fed into. And maybe as a parent, you need to have that conversation and get to the why.
Yes.
And if the why is okay, then it's like, you can go, of course. If not, then it's like, okay, well, maybe let's test some of that and make sure you're not just falling to social pressure, because one social pressure can lead to a different one.
Right.
And if they're saying yes to things because social pressure, they're going to say yes to other things because social pressure. And so I think it's a good test. The other thing I think too is just the money spent. I think that is a huge thing. The end of this Cash App review report says 75% of Gen Z respondents said they were willing to pay premium resale prices to attend any show.
Wow.
So they're willing to pay the cash. I always challenge students because I'm like, they can't raise $300 for camp, but they can sure the heck go to 5 concerts a year.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I think where your money goes determines kind of the things that you idolize and put in the place of worship of your life. And so that's kind of where I wanted to end today, is like this idea of like almost a weird worship culture that comes with that of like people. Have you seen that with people with students at Frisco West?
Yeah. I think it's because sometimes I'll even ask them like, I don't even know, who is this person? What's this song? And they're like, I don't even know. Or it's somebody that they like, that they do. I think it is the culture around it of like the societal pressure, the money that's spent on it. And it makes me think of the, just that we use this in a message a couple weeks ago, that scripture of everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
It is, yes, concerts are not bad, but it is this, and maybe even asking your teen, like, what is the why? Why do you want to go see this person? Is this the messaging behind, the things that they're singing about? Is that something that you want your student to hear about, the messages or the themes behind this? And I think I see this a lot just even in our area of like, because sometimes I'll go and listen to those songs. I don't know this person. Oh, okay, maybe I'll like them. And I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? You're listening to this? This is crazy. I don't think maybe they even realize sometimes that. I think it's just the idea of going, the pressure, the pictures, the whole idea around it. And I think that's such a good way to describe it, of like, honestly, like worship in that way, worship of the idea of a concert or going to this thing that will make them feel better.
Yeah. And it is true. It's like what you input is what you output too. So, I was talking to a mom and she was talking about Sabrina Carpenter, and I have my hot takes on her. I just don't think you should be listening to her. Students should not be listening to her. And this is the thing, pop culture music has shifted from when we were kids.
Yeah.
It's not as clean cut as what it used to be. I'm not saying it used to be perfect, but even some of the just mainstream people are singing songs, and hidden messaging in that is crazy.
Or sometimes not even hidden.
Just crazy sexual, crazy, just in all these different ways. And your sixth grade daughter shouldn't be going to a show like that, just in general, because what she's inputting is something that's bad for her. And there's so many other people, like country artists and different things. Another thing is like, how many times do they go to one concert? There's a guy, Hudson Westbrook.
Yes, that's who I was thinking.
He's been around this area a bunch, and one girl's like, I've been to 7 shows. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. And I get the idea of like liking live music, and I totally understand that. But it's the heart behind it. And I think as parents, for you, I think a question maybe you should be asking your students is that heart behind it. Why do you want to do this? With everything, not just concerts, but why do you want to do this? What is the purpose of this? Is this good for you? It's a great way to end this today, is like asking that question, is this beneficial for my student?
Right.
And if it's not, you got to run from that. You got to flee from that. You got to set some boundaries with that, and make it more special. Make it more of a, hey, once a year I'm gonna let you go to a concert or do a thing, rather than like, this is just absorbing their life and their money and our money and all these different things just to, catch a show. And or
something you can do together too, not just drop them off and let them go in and all right, see you after, but make it something special for you and your family. I think would be awesome to have that experience with your student too, because maybe there is something at the show you can talk about it afterwards, or something that you can they're gonna remember that oh my gosh, my parents took me to see this person. Even if you as a parent do not love this kind of music or whatever, but like getting to experience that with your student, I think can just make that not just can be more beneficial in the long run, honestly, and like take their friends or whatever. But I think that can just be a good way to build that, to have those conversations and then make it more special and beneficial in the long run.
That is a perfect way to end this. You're so wise. That's why you're our pastor, our pastor, Savannah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, great way to end it. Great concepts of just for you guys to give you some just tips on how to handle that with your students. So, but I know this, you guys can do this. You are not alone. God is with you, and so are we. Catch you next week.